We welcome once again our listeners to Vaesen Behind the Masks. We're joined by Sharon, Blake, and Jim.
G'day.
Can you get any more Aussie?
Oh, grief!
Oh no. The ship heist was successful. So well done. We have got the goods. I thought I had you trapped in a
I was bloody amazed.
maneuver. But you guys rolled.
Didn't even have to set it on fire.
Yeah,
No.
I was really looking forward to that.
Captain Harrow was not. No, but you guys did really, really well. You got your reliquary out, which is all fine and good, and you're now planning to jump on that gondola. Well, you've got a gondola waiting for you to go to the Plague Island in the late afternoon.
Is Anna La Rosa coming with us, or is she...
Oh, hell no. She's too busy dealing with shit on the mainland.
Okay.
No, she's dealing with other stuff.
Sorry,
But-
no red shirt this week.
No. Well, you got Yusia, who is waiting in the gondola for you, and
Okay.
he'll row you there. But like last time, he's not going to get out of the gondola.
Or so he thinks. Nah, leave him there. Need an escape route.
He's a little old man with a gamey leg.
That's the best kind.
You just have to run as fast as the slowest person, huh?
That's it.
So yes, what are you bringing with you on your late afternoon jaunt?
Salt, holy water,
Salt, holy water, okay.
And
Um,
iron nails.
iron nails, yep.
nails.
Alcohol bottles.
I would like a lamp, like a hurricane lamp, which is what turns out is what I imagine every time I say the word lamp. So I didn't realize that was a specific kind.
Yeah.
Just in case this late afternoon trip turns out to be longer than a couple of hours. You never know.
You never know. Depends all on the tides, doesn't it? All right.
Food.
Yes, that would be. I was just thinking that some jerky and some
Jerky.
hard biscuits.
There's no jerky in Italy. Artemisia gives you sausages and cheeses and dried fruit, and you have a whole hamper basket waiting for you. Jerky, indeed.
Thank you,
You
Artemisia.
can't
You're the
shove
best.
Sausage in your pocket.
So many
Depends.
jokes. Yes.
Is that a sausage
I
in your
realised after I
pocket?
said that. It's like, why did you say that?
At least no one stooped for it. All of us.
We're all guilty.
Yeah. So thank you, Artemisia. You're the best. We'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully successful.
And if you don't hear from us tomorrow,
Mm.
come save us. We're on the island. Probably.
Mhm.
No, don't come save us. It's too late.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the time you board the gondola, it's 5 o'clock. The sun's already pretty low. It's almost below the horizon. But the tide is coming out of the lagoon, which is what helps Yusia bring the gondola through the lagoon. Bennett, of course, you're going to have to deal with the water
Mm.
as he look, for a little old dude with a gimpy leg, Yusia actually can row rather well, and he just sits there and just methodically just keeps rowing. He knows exactly where he's going despite the failing light, I should say. And he unerringly makes his way over to the island. However, it's taken a bit of breath out of him, so as he pull-ups to the remains of the pier, he's breathing hard, coughing in the cold air. He's like, I'll wait for you here.
Give him a gentle pat on the back and bit of salami.
Thank you.
So Marino's response to everything. Salami?
Salami makes the world go round.
Can I offer you a salami in this trying time? Is he like because like you said, it's winter, right? So pretty cold.
Yeah,
Is
he's
he-
rugged up. No, he's well
Okay,
rugged up.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's not going to freeze to death. He's just old and tired and just rode across the Venetian lagoon.
Yeah. I think I'll tell him something like, if on the off chance, we are not back within a few hours, don't do anything foolish. Just return to the mainland.
Okay. Thank you. I wish you luck. May God watch over you.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Inshallah.
Who's holding this reliquary? This golden box with
Not me.
jewels.
It's still in the hat box. It's been put back in the hat box.
Well, someone's got to have it. Otherwise, it's a little trip for nothing.
I'm carrying way too much other crap, so it's not me.
No, Agatha has the hat box.
Okay, Agatha's got the hat box. Okay, so yeah, you jump out onto the island, and it's gotten certainly a spookier edge to it now that it's gotten dark. You hear birds and wildlife chittering around in the undergrowth. Occasional little rustle of leaves and a twig snaps, breaking the silence.
Pull the guns out, look around.
Sure.
Enough. Yeah,
Same
I've got Bennett's got the lantern going at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep, you light your lantern, and while it's a good lantern, the beam, because of what it is, the beam's quite focused. Actually, no, it's a bullseye lantern. A hurricane lantern is more global.
Yeah.
So it's...
Could it be a focus lantern?
Yeah, I'll give you that.
I don't think either is it more advantageous.
Yeah, exactly.
Really.
It's...
I just think it's cooler.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, whatever type of lantern the doctor has, we've been here before, so do we want to head straight up to the church?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I
have
don't
no
wanna go to the
intention of
hospital.
going into that horrible hospital
Yeah,
again.
it's like,
Yeah, let's just go straight to the chapel.
and it's still a basically island-wide crematorium, so it doesn't have any
Yeah.
help.
Yep.
You start the journey up to the hill. You've got to walk through the forest and then around the hospital and up the hill to get to the chapel. And you've probably been walking maybe about 5-7 minutes. And then you hear the howling of a wolf. And it comes from behind you to your left. And a few seconds later, there's another howling coming from ahead of you to your right. And it's
There were
followed
wolves
by
here before,
Were
were
there
there?
bloody wolves
and
here?
more
last time?
howling.
Also, what are they eating? There's no way these are native. They've rocked up.
They're not normal wolves. Not.
Reno, get
Bug
your
out.
salami ready.
But she
Oh
said.
my God.
Okay, so
Give me a vigilance. Everyone give me a vigilance.
brown trousers time. Let's have a look. 1. Come on. Oh
None.
no. Go on, Dr. Bennett.
I actually get a benefit because of the lantern.
Wait.
1 success.
So you gentlemen get the feeling that you're being surrounded.
Uh-huh.
And as you hear noises of twig breaking around you and the howls are getting closer.
Alright, I'll say back to back.
Well, I was gonna say, are we near the water's edge?
No, you're several minutes away from the water. You're closer to the chapel. You've just got the last rise up.
Yeah, I'll go back.
How big is Bennett? Like, is he 3 physical or physic?
It's a very personal question. What's What's free is my physical.
Right, grab Agatha's other arm, and we're just gonna pick her up and run. Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, alright.
Yeah. All right.
Want to roll agility or something, or
Agatha, are you struggling or are you going to help him?
Oh God, no.
I think you're fine. So around all this landscape of something's howling and running after you two both snatch Agatha up and you hot-footed up the last rise. The churchyard is in front of you. The chapel just beyond that. And the sound of these creatures is just getting closer and closer. Howling's more insistent, more frenzied.
Ah, dear.
Into the chapel? Is there any?
Yep.
Is there any remains of the door or?
Yeah, the door's still there.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You can blow through the door and shut it behind you. That's fine.
Yeah,
Yes.
and then I'll sort of let go of Agatha, spin around with a gun because I'm expecting something to be right there.
What in
Bonus.
the yard?
Yes.
So behind you, just looked behind you.
Yeah, so ran in, looked behind.
Yeah.
Yep.
'Cause-
Okay.
We didn't have Agatha over our heads or nothing. We just
'Cause
lifted up like a couple of inches and ran.
Because Bennett is like inside trying to slam the door shut.
Yeah, I was gonna suggest piling the pews up against the door.
Well, so you guys bundle in, and as Severin, you go to close the door, you see a creature running hard up the path, right towards the very door. It's coming right down your throat, and it
Sweet.
looks like
Ooh.
Oh
it's a-
god.
It's a proper grim.
that comes racing up the path.
Try to shoot it.
Give me a ranged attack.
Not a strong suit, but let's give it a crack. Scroll back down. No, I'm going to push it. Bugger, I'm not rolling just one. Come on. 2 successes, that's better.
2 successes, that's fine. As you go to close the door, you've got your gun out and you go, and your vision's obscured by the puff of smoke from your firearm. However, you can see through the side of it that creature, that grim coming towards you, eats the bullet and just disappears.
Shit.
Bloody
And then that door just slams shut. And literally a moment later, you start hearing these things are throwing themselves against the side of the chapel. They are howling and yipping and scratching, and you can hear their bodies thudding hard against the sides as they're desperately trying to seek a way in. Can everyone just give me a fear test? Although you are together, so remember, give yourselves a +3. You got a 1 in the end, Jim?
Yeah, 1 success.
Cool, that's what you needed to pass.
Oh, I
I
did
need
not.
to. I got nothing on my bonus dice, but 1 on my.
Okay, so Agatha, you rolled a 1 ultimately.
What the?
Severino, you rolled
2.
2 6s.
2, yes.
So that's fine. That's good. And Jim, you rolled a 1. Fantastic. You've all passed the fear test. So you are good. You're just scared witless, but you've still got your wits with you.
Why are there bloody wolves now?
Does Agatha know what a grim is?
Oh yeah, I mean,
Good.
It's a very very English thing, and she's
Very,
the
very
daughter of a
English.
clergyman, and she's very very English, but also the daughter of a clergyman. So
That's what
the
I
idea
figured.
the idea of a grim is pretty standard. Understanding that they are either seen as a protector of the church or
Mhm.
alternatively as the antithesis of the church. Depending, they're both.
Depends on the day.
Depends on the day. Also
Okay.
also a shook in some places, and there's another word for them.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's a
anyway.
few things. But yes, you are now in this rickety, ancient old chapel surrounded by a horde of grims. It's looking rather grim.
We had a plan, and Agatha had a plan to put that damn box back where it belonged. So she's going to march up to the altar, and shove the entire hat box in the box. In the altar.
It's like 4 boxes deep now.
Yeah, well, this thing needs to go back in and be contained. It's like,
Maybe you sprinkle some holy water on it just to feel good
Yeah.
measure.
it's gonna, go for the holy water and a couple of the spikes that Severino said, pour on some of the salt, and then be like, gentlemen, if you can assist, put this altar stone back in its place.
Well, remember that underneath the altar, when you were digging around, it actually opened up a cistern.
That's what I was thinking about. I can't remember if did we break through and it's like,
No, they didn't break through, but when you were digging around
yeah,
Fossicky,
we dug through.
you dug through.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe we break up one of the pews first to create a bottom to the box. So that it
But
doesn't
is
go
this
into the
front
water.
door? What's the situation with the front door?
Are you worried about that now, are you?
Yeah.
I was always worried about it. I was just waiting for.
Agatha has single-minded focus. Let's get this thing in its box.
The door's flexing a little bit, but it's holding. And Severino, you've had this feeling with Umbra before. He doesn't like this area, probably because of all the iron, and it tells you that
You can't pass the iron. If you stay here, we're safe. If you go out there to meet them, they will destroy you.
I'll say we should be safe inside with the iron, Dr. Bennett.
Are you sure? That door does not seem like it's.
As sure as I can be, and I'll hustle over to Agatha.
yeah.
Right.
As you're walking over, you see a whole bunch of tendrils climbing in through the broken window,
What the hell?
and it makes its way inside.
Can I do a fear check? Because I feel like I need one.
Do you want to do another fear check?
Yes. This would be empathy. This is not logical.
You don't have to, but that's okay.
I think I should.
Okay. You really hate your greens, don't you? Fail your fear check. Give me a 1d6.
2.
2. Okay, so for 2 rounds, you can either flee, freeze, faint, or fight.
I think I'm freezing. I'm kind of gripping onto one of the pews going, oh, there's tentacles. There's tentacles everywhere. What the hell? What the hell's going on? Dr. Bennett. Dr. Bennett, help.
I'm gonna shoot the lantern towards the window. Do I see these
You
tendrils?
Of course you do. Yeah, the tendrils are making their way. They're just vegetation that's making its way inside, and you see
Just sentient
vegetation. That's it. It's fine. You see with these wicked thorns on it, and you see the leaves. They're almost like razor sharp leaves. And behind that, you can see these wolves just prowling in the darkness, and their red eyes are just focused on you. They know they've got you trapped in there. They're just waiting for you.
Does Severino carry a blade on him?
Yeah, he's got a silver knife and a pistol. We've discussed it several times, so you would know.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is the knife sort of obviously somewhere that Bennett would
Yeah.
know?
It's just on his hip at all times.
I think Bennett runs forward, seeing that Severino is frozen, and is just gonna pull the blade from his sheath, and he's going to be yelling to his Hartwell, would like to be like, put that damned box back in, hoping that's going to do something. And he's just going to, he's not going to get too close to the window, but he is going to try to do some impromptu pruning as it like gets closer.
It's not really a fight. All right. You give me a force check, and I'm going to do another check.
I need one of those 2 successes on 3 dice that you guys were getting earlier.
Well, that's okay because you didn't roll very well. I didn't roll very well, so nothing really happens. So you try and slash it with the knife, and it writhes to try and protect itself. It actually even writhes to lash out at you with those thorns and sharp leaves, but it doesn't succeed. You're a bit too quick for it. But it's sentient and it's out to get you.
Miss Hartwell, is it in yet?
The cacophony around you is just, it almost drowns you out. It's suffocating. It's just overwhelming. These things are doing everything they can to get in.
Yeah. Miss Hartwell will be loudly reciting the Lord's Prayer at this stage.
Uh-huh.
The King James version, of course.
Of course. I was going to say Latin, but no, you wouldn't know. Well, you would know the Latin, but you still wouldn't be saying it in Latin.
Yeah, she still thinks that, they've got to get the box in. So, how much of a mess did we make when we broke through to the cistern? Like, could it be patched so that we don't have the box?
It's probably a round hole because you didn't break all that open, but you chipped away and it kind of all fell in. So you could get a pew if you wish, but you'd have to break it up, or you just fix it.
Yeah, I doesn't want to drop it in the cistern though, because that just seems like a really bad idea. Because we don't know where the cistern leads, and it could just float out into the lagoon and still cause trouble.
No, the cistern is the closed system.
Oh, okay, so
It's like the groundwater they used in the area.
It's just a cistern. If it's...
Yeah. No, it's not. Yeah.
Okay. If it's just the cistern and
the island needed fresh water, so this is it.
Yeah. Well, in that case, she'll dump some of the holy water in first in the cistern and reciting the Lord's Prayer at the same time. This has got to do something. So yeah, then she'll just drop the hat box in and try and push the altar stone back in place.
Yep. Well, the moment you drop that hat box in and it disappears from view, the silence. Just silence. That plant tendril just collapses. There's no howling. There's nothing knocking at the gate. Silence.
Severino will stand up straight, but he's still like gripping the pew with like a death grip, looking around carefully.
Ben is like stuttering. Are you all right, Severino? And he sort of turns around. He didn't really see what specifically caused you to freeze. He wasn't making sure
I
if you didn't get
believe
attacked or anything.
Agatha has saved the day. Praise Jesus.
And as you say that, there's a rumble of thunder overhead and just gentle rain starts falling from the sky.
Bennett will head up to where Miss Hartwell is at the shrine and sort of look in and go, "Did you drop it in the water? And that worked? Oh, this doesn't make any sense to me." Bennett that was a good thing.
So at least back where it belongs, or close to where it belongs.
What
It's
were
under
those
the altar of the church, at least.
Were they under the control of the Babu? I don't understand what they were.
Angry. They were very angry.
Yes, that did come across the arena.
I think we should finish the task, gentlemen, and close the lid on this.
All right.
Yes. Yeah, I'll help
Yeah.
lift the...
Close the lid, sprinkle some more holy water written on it. Sprinkle some salt around it and on it.
That's it.
And then cautiously look outside a few times, because they could literally smell our fear.
It's honestly, it's dead. There is silence. There's normal bird life, normal rustling.
I'll think I'll peek outside with my gun, like, here, woofy, woofy, woofy. Nothing? Good.
Let us hope that this was localized just here. I don't think our boatman would have fared very well. Should probably get back to him.
Not wish to stay on this island longer than we must. And I do hope that was sufficient to put the spirits at rest, shall we say.
Yes, it was. It felt a little bit more final with the water spirit. You know, we sort of saw her disappear, but we've not seen this particular Vaesen. He never showed himself here. We soothed whatever these vines and creatures were, but yes, I suppose this is where that faith of yours must come into it.
And I do believe that once we are back in Venice proper, we should perhaps send an anonymous note to the constabulary warning them of vandals and grave robbing on the island. Just to prevent anyone disturbing the bones again.
Alright, so make our way very cautiously to the boat, looking around a lot.
Yes, perhaps we should follow the water this time.
You make your way through the island and you are totally unaccosted by anything. Whatever that was here is now gone.
How did the wolves get here? Did they have their own gondola?
Maybe that's something Miss Hartwell can clue you in on.
Yes, obviously they swam here. Quite
Yeah.
simple.
Water
They're
puppies.
aquatic wolves.
It is, or at least in England, it is a superstition to sacrifice a dog or a cat in the foundations of a church.
What?
And its building.
Who thought that up? That's awful.
It serves as a protector of the church. The black dog, or the grim.
I didn't feel protected. I felt terrified. We were trying to help.
You were intruding.
Yes, I am afraid that the grim does not distinguish. All it would have known is its.
I wonder how the people that stole the reliquary got through.
I assume, Doctor, they got through by arriving in broad daylight.
Let's never come back here again.
I second that.
Oh, you can make your way back to the gondola, and Yasir is not at the pier. He's about 50 meters off. When he sees you, he raises his hand and glides the gondola in.
Bennett braces himself for one more forced trip over these damned waters.
I heard the wolves. Are you okay?
Thanks to Miss Hartwell, yes, it was touch and go for a moment there, but yes, we are fine.
Strange things happen on this island.
You don't say.
Yes, and I'm quite full of it, to be honest. So,
Shall we?
Yes.
Yes.
Please, I do think that a rest and a good cup of tea is very much needed.
Another little rumble of thunder peels across. You see he has his cloak up with his hood protecting him, and he's got his head over his shoulders. Yeah, let's get out of this weather. It's miserable. And once you all load up, he pulls away from the island and starts rowing back to the house.
I'll say, do you want me to have a go for a while?
Would you like to, young man?
Sure. Just give me some directions.
Come sit here, and he'll get at the seat, swap places with you.
It'll take my mind off nearly shitting my pants inside the church, and I'll just do some physical work for a bit.
Yeah, you are working hard. You are fighting the current, so you will be building up.
That's fine. Good, I can just focus on that.
Happy days.
Pack the fearful memories away deep inside.
Yeah, so he'll guide you, but you will make your way back across the lagoon towards Venice. It'll take you probably a couple of hours since you're fighting the tide so much. But eventually, at around 11 o'clock p.m., so you roll up to the back of the villa itself.
Yeah, well, we'll stop about 20 foot off and say, sorry, Doctor, you have to jump from here.
Oh, God.
So, yeah, you make it back to the villa. Happily, safely. Well done. It's cold, it's wet, it's raining. It's dark.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we have destroyed the first ever new Vaesen to be created.
To write down a lot of our memories and thoughts about what happened to make sure, in case it's ever useful for the next lot of...
Weren't you writing a book?
Yes. Yes.
Well, if you need anyone to proofread the chapter on this particular Vaesen, I'd be happy to give it a...
Yes, I'll talk to each of you about your memories and recollections to make sure it's as accurate as possible. Hopefully nobody will need it, but if they do, at least it'll be useful then.
I like it. Sounds like a plan to me.
All right. Get back to the villa, get some blankets on and stand in front of the fire, because we're probably cold.
You're definitely cold, wet. Yeah.
Feeling like our clothes should be burnt after being on that island again.
Yeah, it's an ash that, that just doesn't go away.
Nope. Some things never do. So, yeah. Do you guys want to do anything tonight or leave it for the next morning?
I think
They're
it's
pretty much spent.
yeah. I think a good sleep is in order.
I'll say thank you again, Agatha. Your literally good deeds will not be forgotten this day. I hope you have pleasant dreams.
Good night, gentlemen.
Yes, and sorry about your hat box.
Gone to a better purpose, good doctor.
Imagine someone finding that in 100 years. Like, why is it in a hat box?
Won't be your problem.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no, you guys can all go and get some rest, and morning rolls around. The rain has stopped. The sun is shining out.
Okay.
It's the 24th of December. Start of another day.
All right. Over breakfast, we'll explain to Vittoria and Artemisia sort of what happened on the island.
They're like, okay, that's interesting.
Maybe embellish a little bit that there's sort of a holy light shining down as Agatha plunged the box into the water and...
I swear, Artemisia, because Hartwell summoned a lightning bolt. We all saw it.
And so the rumors start.
And, I bravely fought the wolves on one side while the Dr. Bennett fought the vines on the other.
They were everywhere.
Gentlemen, Didn't your mothers ever tell you you would receive pimples on your tongue for telling such falsehoods?
Well, exaggerations, perhaps.
I never knew my mother, so no.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Hmm.
You're all having breakfast and regaling Artemisia and her grandfather with your tales of various lengths.
Mm-hmm.
Where there's a knock on the door, and the old man gets up and heads to the door. There's a few quiet words, and he steps back into the dining room, and he's followed by two Carabinieri officers. And their eyeballs immediately go to you two boys.
Figures.
Us!
It wouldn't be Agatha.
Yeah. Little old us.
And they both look at you and say, "We have some things we'd like to discuss. Is there somewhere private where we can take this conversation?"
Out in the garden?
Yes, it's beautiful at this time of morning.
Lead the way.
Artemisia, brew the poison tea.
I'm going to take that as a joke.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. No, Bennett makes me quite nervous. Well, the crazy thing is I don't know which of my many crimes this is in relation to.
Right there with you, buddy. And you guys don't even know most of them.
No. No.
Uh,
So,
tea or anything to eat?
no, thank you, sir. This is just official. We won't be long. Just a few questions. I'm sure you understand.
Of course.
Oh no, Agatha is going to send Artemisia out with a full tea service.
So you guys all head out to the garden. The Carabinieri will join you. You can send Artemisia out, but they're not going to say diddly squat while Artemisia's out there.
Oh no, she's just told Artemisia to make a production of laying out tea for them all.
They just stand there, ramrod straight, backs stiff, looking at Artemisia with somewhat disapproval because this is like the oldest trick in the frickin' book.
Of course
Really?
it is.
So they'll play this game.
Yep. Yep. Severino will go sort of quietly reach for his knife. Oh shit, Doctor hasn't given it back to me yet. Oh, I've got my gun in my jacket still. Good.
And when Artemisia,
Meanwhile, just you two can see the pixies going, "What's happening? What's happening? What's happening?"
and when Artemisia leaves, the junior Carabinieri just goes and shuts the door behind her so she can't linger. And they turn around and look at you two. And the older gentleman, the one with more stuff on his shoulders and the bigger plume in his hat, the bigger ostrich feather. I apologize for interrupting your breakfast. I'm Captain Atoro Nostri. I'm here just to ask you both some questions, if I may, of course.
Yes.
Yep.
Dr. Bennett, is it?
That's correct.
He pulls out his little notebook from his front pocket and flicks a couple pages.
I'm just going to say I'm not standing next to Dr. Bennett. I'm at like 90 degrees.
Sure.
I don't even know what's that about. What the hell, man?
He's going to use you as a human shield in a minute. He looks at his notebook. He goes,
Thought we were bros. Yep.
bros of highs. So I understand that your father's Dr. Walter Bennett. He's at the hospital reviewing all these strange deaths.
Yes, that's correct. Yes.
You seem to have a bit of a, well, I imagine being a doctor yourself, you're quite familiar with death also.
Unfortunately, but yes.
Well, occupational hazard. Am I correct?
As I'm sure it is for you as well.
Yes, it's been a few of those recently. I just wanted to ask you about The Palazzo Dario. Have you been there recently?
That depends. Where is it?
He'll give you the street directory.
Yeah. Severino
mean-
is honestly bewildered because he's got no idea what they're talking about.
It's possible I've walked past it en route to the hospital, but not specifically to there.
Interesting that you would say that, given that, well, I'm not sure if you're aware, but the caretaker, Osteel Marin, was found deceased at the Palazzo. Sad business. And there was evidence suggesting a break-in had occurred. Though as far as we could tell, nothing was actually stolen. But it's really quite concerning. I don't understand that nothing was taken.
I'm sorry, Captain.
Yep.
Guthrie. I'm not really following.
Well, let me...
So you're asking about not committing a burglary? Is that right?
Let me dissuade you. Let me provide some clarity to this situation. During our inquiries, we determined that the prostitute was paid to distract Signore Marin on the day of his death. Do you have anything further to add to that, Doctor?
No, not particularly. Other than to add the context that my clinic services many women in that particular industry.
Well, that's good because the lady said that you paid her to entertain Signore Marin.
Well, I would love to give her the benefit of the doubt that she is confused. But if not, that is a grotesque and cruel lie that I don't know why anyone would say such a thing.
Give me a manipulation.
2 successes.
2 successes. And he goes, yes, I understand, Doctor. I would imagine that is a plausible inquiry.
Perhaps she was not satisfied with my care of her if she came into the clinic. Decided to get the Englishman into trouble.
Yes, well, you know what these women are like. And he brushes his vest off. He goes,
Am I right? I slap his hand.
and he smooths down. He puts a book into his pocket and smooths down his uniform. Yes, well, I think your answers thus far have been satisfactory. Thank you, Doctor. But
how does this affect my my friend here?
I wanted to talk to him about another matter. Well, this is going to affect the both of you. And what your answer was satisfactory, Doctor, I can't help but be a little perplexed why the two of you have a predilection of ending up around people who die or nearly die. Lucia.
Well, we're trying to help. One of the prostitutes that came to the clinic banged on our door and said, come help, there's someone drowning in the river. We're in the area, we've been trying to help people. That's why we were there.
It's a
Yes.
dangerous industry.
I understand that.
I didn't think it was illegal to try and help people.
No, it is not. We encourage it.
That's what you do, after all.
But you must think of it from our perspective. Where there's smoke, usually there's fire.
But we're trying to put out the fires. We're trying to help people.
It's okay, Severino. That's simply just trying to eliminate us from their investigation, which I'm very hopeful that we shall be able to do. As we've already discussed, this first link you have is from a very misguided lady and answering a call for help.
It's look, as you say, I am just trying to conduct some inquiries, and it just seems that your names pop up quite a bit coming across my desk, and I just want to say, I hope I don't see your names again.
You don't want us to help people?
I don't want you to come to my attention again because you did not want to be the focus of it. I guarantee you that.
Well, we like helping people. Can you go on holiday and that way you don't focus on us?
You sure you don't want a tea?
He mutters under his breath. Right, gentlemen. I'm
That we
sure
are.
I will be seeing you very soon.
Or not, perhaps.
I'll sort of, yeah, pick up a cup of tea. Certainly hope not. Take a sip.
Okay.
And the second they're out of eyeshot, Bennett just collapses into a chair.
Yeah.
We hadn't done nothing wrong. Like, what? Yeah, what an ass.
Been many years since I've had been interrogated by the police like that.
Oh.
Since I was a boy, really.
Not me. I've always kept ahead of them.
Well, quite the welcoming committee back. Not exactly the victory tour that we hoped it would be.
It's like he's telling us off for us helping people. I think he's got a strange attitude. Anyway.
Bennett's not going to talk about it.
Nope.
No, he didn't call me on what I said either, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Just, well, breakfast in the garden from the looks of it. Put the feet up.
Perfect.
Have the toast and tea and...
And away you go.
Yeah.
I think Bennett's probably a lot more quiet and withdrawn than Severino is after that. He is a little bit shook to see that.
Oh, he's got his feet on the table. He's happily sort of enjoying relaxing in the garden. It's what we got it for, after all.
Hell yeah. Agatha, are you joining them?
Yeah. After she's been like sticky baking out the window, waiting for them to go, or paid off a pixie to come and tell her when they were gone. She will join them with a fresh pot.
Nothing to concern yourself with, Miss Hartwell. Just some.
They were giving us a damn good telling off for helping people. What's Venice coming to?
I think they seem perhaps just desperate in a few investigations that may not have had the leads they were hoping for.
Yes, I believe the word incompetent springs to mind. But that's all right. Fortunately, we are not. Haha.
Nothing but trouble, you lot.
Well,
all right.
Agatha isn't going to say no. She's already had her run in with the constabulary.
So, unless there's anything further you two or you three would like to do tonight, I think that's where we leave it. That's the end of another mystery.
Just having a nice breakfast in the garden.
Sure. Cool. Well, in that case, thank you once again to Blake, Jim, and Sharon. And congratulations, you survived my horde of Grims, which is good. And you solved the mystery, which I'll flesh out a little bit more for you down the track. But
Jolly good.
Very good. So thank you very much. And I guess see you all next week for next session. Night.
Yes.